Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be talking about the guild duel. It is now moved into challenge phase on the VN server, as you guys can see, which happens on Saturday and Sunday. Basically from Monday to Friday you do your daily quests, you do your rankings, and that is going to earn you the duel crest. But then you use your duel crest on Saturday, Sunday to actually attack into the boss. Now interestingly, you guys are going to see here, taking down the boss is not that challenging. In fact, you have to do 180 trillion damage in order to take down the boss, and then that is it. There's no more boss response after that. But it does seem like this is very much much easier to do, because if you take a look at the damage even contributed by some of the top rankers, they're already at 13 trillion, 12 trillion, 11 trillion each. And so and with 90 members, even if you're doing 2 trillion each on average, you're going to get the 180 trillion needed. And so basically, if you have an active guild, is what I'm trying to say, and if you're running a good team for the boss, you should be able to take down the boss and get all of these 180 trillion basically boss killing rewards. And now for the total rewards, because it's going to be hard to count it up, my viewer did take screenshots. Fortunately, there are two different screenshots he took. Basically, add up both of these rewards. I think it comes to around 1,250 guild medals, like 2 invite letters, some Twilight Essence and diamonds. That is all going to be obtainable just from this 180 trillion damage you deal to the boss. And if you're in an active guild, all 90 members, you should be able to, and you're running the good team and the boss, you should be able to get it done. Because like even my viewer, he has hit 7.4 trillion. Okay, so that is what we have for that initial information. Now, there is some more information. Guild Supremacy rewards. So first of all, the good news is, look at this. Guild Victory rewards, Guild Defeat rewards, they are essentially identical. So whether you win the Guild versus Guild duel or not, you're going to be getting the same guild medals exactly. You're going to be only losing out 200 diamonds, which is almost nothing. And yeah, I mean, no one really cares about titles these days. There's already so many titles. So there's hardly any difference between these. However, there's a difference between the tier rewards. Because after the guild duel is basically calculated and you move on, I guess, to the next week of guild duel, then you're going to be getting tier rewards as well. As you guys see here, there's 7 different tiers. Every guild is going to begin at tier 7 and have to work their way up, kind of like in Clash Fronts. So these tier rewards are going to be granted along with the victory rewards. At least that's what it seems like and looks like here. We can take a look at it as well, the information. But the important information here is, in order to progress your tiers and level up in your tiers, you will have to have higher duel merit compared to the guild you are facing. The guild merit, duel merit. The duel merit is going to be that ranking leaderboard we saw, which is the damage dealt to the boss. That is your duel merit, right? So the one with the higher duel merit is going to be ascending their tier to the higher tier to get higher rewards after the guild duel basically is calculated and completed. And now the good news is there's a safety feature. You have to get 2 consecutive losses in order to lower your tier. And obviously there is no tier below 7, so 7 is a minimum. But like when you do face a really strong whale or Kraken guild, you will have a grace period, because unless you lose again after that against your next matchup, which should be much more fair matchup, you're not going to actually demote, right? So you're gonna at least retain your tier and then have a chance of moving up later on. But definitely the tier rewards are going to be the biggest difference in all of this. As you guys see here, the tier 1 does have 1,000 guild medals and tier 7 has 500. That is double, and Twilight Essence is also double. Diamonds pretty much double as well. But yeah, I mean, even if you are an active guild and you're getting around tier 4, tier 3, you're still going to be getting good rewards. I'm assuming these tier rewards are going to be granted every week at the end of the guild duel. I'm not sure about that though, so we'll have to see. There's some brief rules here about the tier rewards. Complete a full week of guild duel battles to earn rewards when the event is tallied. Your guild's reward tier is adjusted up or down based on its recent match outcomes. The highest tier offering the best rewards downgrades to tier 2 after 2 consecutive losses. Yeah, I mean, this is not really saying anything. Oh, okay. The downgrading doesn't start until you make it to tier 4. Your tier 5, tier 6, tier 7 cannot be downgraded. But you will need to get a win to move on to the next tier, right? And tier 2 upgrade from tier 3 after 2 wins, and then okay, that's a little bit strange. I don't know. But basically, you're going to need multiple consecutive losses, and everyone will make it to tier 5, right? Eventually, when you get your 3, your tier 4 you'll get to when you get your 3 wins. And then you would need 3 consecutive losses to demote from there. So like in even tier 4, the rewards are pretty decent, pretty good. That is a big cutoff. So yeah, I mean, overall, this is good news for players who are in more casual guilds. You just want to be active. Most importantly, you want to be active. That has always been the same for guild supremacy in the past. If you want to go for tier 1 rewards and you want to dominate everyone, then of course you have to be in the most competitive guild. But if you're aiming for tier 4, tier 3, or even tier 2, or at least tier 4 and tier 3, you should be able to get that done even in an active, semi-competitive guild. So, and your rewards are going to be almost identical to the top. So that is a good news. Okay, let's take a look at some more information, which is what we have here, the challenge phase specifically. Now, the rules of the challenge phase in the Glyph Shade boss for Saturday, Sunday. During the challenge phase, you can spend Duel crests to challenge the boss and earn Duel merit. The Duel merit is calculated by multiplying your highest damage dealt this week on the boss by your number of challenge attempts. You may start a challenge with fewer Duel crests than required, but the merit points will be scaled proportionally to the amount spent. So this is basically showing you that if we again look at this Duel merit rankings, this is not just the damage that has been dealt in one individual attack on the boss. It is that damage amount, the highest damage you've dealt on one individual attack of the boss, multiplied by the number of attempts you've used. And the number of attempts you've used is going to be scaled on the number of Duel crests you've used. Like my my viewer has used 4,230 crests, and so probably that is being multiplied to get up to the 7.4 trillion number. And so that, okay, so that is going to add the other part in it. But your Duel crests, interestingly, this is a personal thing. And so it's not like, you know, you earn for your whole guild. These are the amount that he has earned himself from his own rankings. At least that's what it seems like in daily quests that he's done as well. And so then that is going to be the multiple in this Glyph Shade actual ranking. So that is going to be the other thing. Your score is purely dependent on your own performance, right? Along with, of course, like, you know, if you win the Vanguard Duel, you get another 100 bonus points per win every single day. So that obviously adds to the whole pot. But, like, you guys hopefully get the point that it's your own Duel crests which are being used here for your own rankings. At least that's what it seems like. Because probably everyone's running the same actual boss team. Okay, let's keep reading the rules. Your guild receives rewards upon reaching specific Duel merit milestones, which is these ones. Up to 180 trillion, you're going to get those rewards. But like I said, I think you have 2 days for this. I don't know if you're going to get refreshed attempts tomorrow, but I think this boss is not respawning. I think until next week, the next guild duel, this is all you're going to get, which is this 1,250 guild medals if you can make up to 180 trillion damage. Now, okay, your guild wins the duel and receives victory rewards if it has more duel merit than the competing guild by the end of the event, which is Sunday. Note that accumulating multiple wins upgrades the guild's reward tier while losing streaks. We already talked about that. That's the actual tier rewards. And so, yeah, it's going to end on end of Sunday. And up until then, you're just going to, whoever has a higher duel merit is going to win. And the duel merit currently is this. Yeah, so you guys see it here. Even the guild they're against, who is quite a lot weaker than them, they're almost at the 180 trillion threshold to get all of the maximum rewards from this guild duel. And it hasn't even been a day, and they're going to have tomorrow as well. And probably you're going to get some new duel crests for tomorrow to attack, I would imagine. Anyway, yeah, when calculating a guild's total duel merit, members ranking higher on the internal duel merit leaderboard will contribute more to the guild's final merit points. The details are as follows. When calculating a guild's total duel merit, members ranking higher on the internal duel merit leaderboard will contribute more to the guild's final merit points. The details are as follows. 12.5, 150% conversion rate. Okay, so within your own guild, now this is not shown to you because the internal rankings are not shown to you. We're just seeing the overall final rankings across both of the two different guilds. But basically, that's why you're seeing the top players are actually contributing a lot more. Yeah, 11.3 trillion up to 13 trillion compared to the people lower than that who are at 10 trillion. Right? There's like a big drop off after the top 5, after the top 10, and that is that conversion ratio which is happening. So because my viewer is in the top 15, or for even for the internal rankings, he would be top 15 because top 10 are already sorted. If you take a look at that here, so because he's in the top 15, he's getting 115% conversion rate of his score compared to the top 5 are getting 150% conversion rate. But basically, this doesn't change anything but what it can do is your players who are stronger can give a higher, can basically carry your team further. Right? You want to have really strong at least 5 members. So again, that is the whole idea of having Reals or Krakens in the top 5, because they're going to have the highest conversion rate. So for example, if your top 5 can almost single-handedly carry your guild in terms of clearing the boss as well. If you look at the top 5 here, they're sitting at between 11 to 13, around a 12 trillion score average. 12 times 5 is always 60 trillion. Basically, just combining 5 out of the 90 guild members' score, they're already sitting at, what was the math we did? 60 trillion. So like this is 180 trillion to completely clear the boss, and basically just those 5 alone have done almost 60 trillion. And then all the rest of your 85 guild members have to contribute the rest. So that is the thing. But yeah, I guess what we can just have some takeaways from this is that, again, if you have 5 or potentially 5 are going to get the highest conversion rate, but 5 to 10 strong members, or stronger than average, above average, that is going to help you. If you don't, it's still fine. But if everyone's kind of equal, you know, you're not going to maybe getting the most value of this conversion rate, right? If the top 5 are really monsters, they can help boost up your guild, right? But hopefully, even if you're active and you're competitive, running the good teams, you're active throughout the week, doing as much rankings points as you can get, you should hopefully get the 180 trillion. Because even the underdog in this guild versus guild is only 12 hours into the event. There's still 1.5 days. They're almost at the 180 trillion needed to complete all the rewards. So that is the thing. So anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts about Guild Duel. And if there's anything I missed, feel free to share that in the comment section. But yeah, it is exciting. Definitely a new guild mode. We're going to be having it in the upcoming week on Monday. So if there's any other tips that I will have to share, then look out for a video like that at that time. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That is gonna be it for this one. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video and a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.